take us through how you felt watching Bobby Lashley hoist his championship after successfully defending against you. How'd you feel after that match?
Got screwed.
I mean, if I was going to follow some guys' examples from last night, including Paul Heyman, I would use a very bad word, but I know there's kids out there, so I'll keep it professional. It sucked. It really sucked. It was one of the worst feelings in the world after being without fans for so long, being the champion, the one leading the charge. When a few of our superstars stepped away or had to step away, I was doing media 7 days a week at home on Zoom, working as hard as I could as world champion to ensure everybody had that escape every week. Not just me, but everybody in WWE at the time. But me as a world champion, trying to set that example, everything rolled downhill. Was very proud of what we did at that time to give the entire world that escape when every other sport and entertainment company shut down. And I knew at WrestleMania, limited capacity in Tampa, Florida, where I lived at the time, I was going to be the first person to walk out and have an entrance in 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day. And it was my chance to finally have that moment, raise the title up for the third time, but for the first time in front of live people. And it was a hell of a match. It was an interesting day with all the weather, but in the end, I didn't win. And it effing sucked. PG, brother.
You'll win tomorrow!
Bloody right, I'm gonna win tomorrow.
Yeah! It's a spoiler!
So I gotta do my job here, and as confident as you are about tomorrow, what if history repeats itself?
No!
And what if you don't win the World Heavyweight Championship tomorrow night at WrestleMania?
Burn the stadium!
All right, I'll play this game. What if? It's not gonna happen, but what if?
Burn the stadium!
I've been doing this since I was 15 years old. It's all I've ever wanted to do. It was my part-time job in high school, through university. I was a wrestler. I've always been a professional wrestler. I was signed to WWE at 21 years old, got fired at 29, truly found myself, came back, became the man and superstar I am today, and I've never been better. I'm in my prime in the ring. I'm in my prime on the microphone because I'm just myself finally. I just realized, Drew, just be your bloody self. And social media, nobody can touch me on that thing. I'll tear you to shreds on social media. I have never been better all around. And if I can't win against Seth Rollins on Sunday, quite frankly, I shouldn't be in this industry. I'll leave WWE.
That won't happen.
Speaking of WWE and a man who has returned to WWE and a man whose presence will be looming over your championship match tomorrow night, let's talk about CM Punk. So you talked about your social media game, which is highly entertaining, and you've made a point of trolling CM Punk. Why have you enjoyed trying to get under Punk's skin so much?
Are they saying DM Hunk?
There's DM Punk and there's CM Punk.
That's DM Hunk.
Oh, DM Punk, yes.
I mean, there's a lot to this that people don't know, a lot of deeper meanings. Seth has his own feelings about Punk and things he said and did outside of the company, being a big hypocrite and all that jazz. For me, it's deeper, it's personal, it's very personal, and this is not the forum to go into it. One day I might, but I came to WWE, I was literally put on TV in my third week in America. I'd barely turned 22 years old, was still figuring how to be an adult, never mind a WWE superstar. I came from my parents' house where my mom did everything. I couldn't even do my own laundry. I didn't even know how to pay the bills. These letters kept piling up. Apparently if I didn't pay them, I had no electricity, and no gas, and no television. And I was really trying to find myself during that time. And there was a few incidents over the years, big incidents that really affected me in a lot of ways, and I won't go into beyond that. But I never forgot that, and seeing him come back to WWE, there's the stuff Seth says, you know, that's whatever. I don't care if it's not within the same company as me. I don't really care about that. I care about what you do to me personally, how it hurts me, and which in turn hurts my family. And if you thought he was just going to leapfrog everybody, jump right into the main event of WrestleMania and win the Royal Rumble and take that spot, something he used to actively say was someone's going to come back to the company and be part-time and take the spot from one of the boys. You know, I don't care about that either. I just wasn't gonna let him do it. In the Royal Rumble, I actively targeted him, and I beat the hell out of him as Gunther, and I were in there with himself and Cody. I was having a chop battle, and I wasn't just chopping him, I was putting my hand through his body. I was actively out to hurt him, and I tore his tricep off the bone, and I don't regret it whatsoever. I've not lost any sleep over it. And I troll him because, quite frankly, I find it freaking hilarious. And when it comes to being on television on the microphone, as good as he is, he learned in the first time we're in the ring together when I destroyed him on the microphone, you better come ready the second time, and he was ready the second time. That was finally the CM Punk of old. You know, edgy and all that jazz, but he found out that Nigel McIntyre can go toe-to-toe with him on the microphone. Unfortunately, if he's ever able to get back in the ring and ever get cleared again, because the guy's made of glass, real glass, I will break him again.
Well, as you pointed out, you are the reason why CM Punk will not be competing this year at WrestleMania. However,
I was nice enough to let him come along to WrestleMania. As much as he's done to me, I've kept him relevant, and I've actually allowed him to be at ringside and do the one thing he's good at, is run that stupid mouth of his.
So then on that note, how gratifying is it going to be for CM Punk to be right there at ringside to watch you potentially win the World Heavyweight title?
Man, it's like up there. I've talked about a few things recently in the past few months because I've kind of started opening my eyes to this journey I've been on and what's important in life. You know, I was at my buddy's wedding a few months ago. He's right here tonight, Traps, and his wife Allison. We're at the wedding, and I only go home once a year for the past 17 years. I'd only see my close family, my close friends, and I wouldn't see everyone else. And at this wedding, I saw so many people, and they were getting older, and some of them with kids, and some of them with the gray hair, and some of them were fat as hell, some of them with no hair. And I was like, man, I have missed so much. And I've been realizing as much as I've sacrificed, my family have sacrificed so much as well, not having, you know, their son there, their uncle there, their cousin there, their brother there. And it really hit me, man. I've given up a lot, I've missed a lot. I've been living the dream, chasing the dream. But, yeah, reality. Love you too. I've been having an internal struggle, basically, is my point. And it's all come to this moment. At Clash of the Castle, I wanted to be able to give that title to my family, and it was worth it, and I got screwed. Now this is the opportunity, this one's for my family, and I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna have that title, I'm gonna celebrate with the fans that have been with me the whole time. I'm gonna get to ringside, you know, give that title. You know, my wife will be there, she's been such a part of my journey. You know, my brother, his wife, my friends, my mates. And then after I celebrate with them, I'm gonna rub that title in Punk's stupid face and say, I know you believe this should be you, but it shouldn't. It's always been me, and I've always been the chosen one, and he can try one of his silly little lines, but he's never ever gonna faze me. I can't wait to stick that title right in his face.
You touched on your incredible journey, which in WWE goes back to 2007. Making your debut on SmackDown, Dave Taylor by your side, winning championships, being deemed the chosen one, losing your job, earning your job back, a lot of career highlights.
I lose my job, I got fired.
I was just trying to be more PC about it.
It's all right, I got fired.
You got fired. But I want to go back to one career highlight of yours. 2020, Houston, Texas, and the Royal Rumble. Let's check it out.